So we're going to talk about some of the newer tools that are available for client engagement. Many of them are shown here in terms of logos, but we have gone from the yellow pages and snail mail to a much more digital and much faster and a much different way of communicating with our client.
So the key to what we're going to be discussing with you revolves around a very important tenet that we all must understand, that when we engage with clients, either on the phone, in the practice, or in the exam room, what matters more to people, to our clients, is not just what we tell them, but how they feel about what we tell them. And that how people feel about what we tell them throughout the entire communications they have with our practice goes a long way for making clients say yes more times, and also turning around and telling other people about us, because it is very rare for a client to rave about you by how you have put stitches in their dog's belly or how you've given a shot to their cat. Instead, they would rave about you by how if they feel in such a way about you that you stand head and shoulders above everybody else, and this is what we're going to show you today.
So, you know, in the veterinary field, the term marketing is not a word of comfort, and the definition is really mistaken by most veterinary practices. But I found this definition of marketing by John Jansch, who is the author of a great book on marketing called Duct Tape Marketing. And I really think it's a definition that veterinarians can accept. And it's getting people who have a specific need to know, like, and trust you. Because really that's what we do in practice every day, is we look to engage with our clients, get them to know us, subsequently to like us, and then to trust us with the care of their four-legged family members. And subsequently, let us take action on whatever needs that their family members have. So this definition of marketing, I believe, as a veterinarian, is much more acceptable than what most veterinarians think and seek when they talk about marketing. So Steve, let's just talk about marketing.
So marketing can be likened to education, but education with purpose, education with intention. Not just education when clients come in and don't have time or patience to hear something important about their pet, but education that goes even before they come in. Because we know that our clients call us and make an appointment only when they have a perceived need, otherwise they don't call us. But we also know that there are a lot of pets out there who are suffering from an array of problems, and their owners don't notice, don't think it is important, and therefore pets continue suffering. So the education we are going to talk about is how to educate your clients on what their pets need, even before the problem is so obvious that they need to take action. And we know that it is a lot easier to prevent conditions and to treat them as they just start rather than wait until they are far advanced. So client education revolves around creating a specific relationship with your clients, again, by intention, focusing on the relationship that your clients have with you and strengthening it, and thus making your clients receptive to your education.
And having built that relationship and having educated and create a transparent relationship with the client, they're more likely to do the five-letter word trust, which is, I think, the mainstay of what healthcare is all about. It's building that trust. So this is what marketing should be thought about. Don't think about billboards. Don't think about TV ads. Don't think about newspapers. Think about educating your clients to build and strengthen a relationship to the level of trust where they allow you to provide the needed care for their four-legged family members. In a marketing world, let's just look at an overview of marketing. You have a practice that you are trying to fill with clients. You need to acquire clients, and you use what is called external marketing to do that, and your website does that, social media does that, direct mail coupons do that, the yellow pages, I said it again, Your hospital sign is a way of acquiring new clients, public relations that you do in your community. And then if you have a lot of money and want to invest in a TV, radio, and newspaper advertising, is all part of the marketing that fills your bucket with clients. You've got them coming in using all of these tools, and then what happens? Well, we'll talk about that in just a minute. Steve, anything else you want to add on the external side of marketing?
Yeah, I want to emphasize that external marketing is very expensive. It is a lot more economic to keep the clients you have. So retention marketing, what we're going to be talking about, is a way for you to keep your clients and to make them more dedicated clients to you, to turn many more clients into raving fans who therefore generate more raving fans. This is the best way, the most economic way to grow your client base.
So the other component of marketing, as Steve was noting, is that once you've got the clients, once you've filled this so-called hourglass that you see, is how do you keep them? How do you retain them? Well, the website is one way. Social media is another. Direct mail, which is you communicating to your clients, whether it's reminders or newsletters. It also includes targeted mail. That could be breed-specific or an age-specific letter, obesity campaigns, whatever the case may be. So you've got them now, and you want to keep them. So as the hourglass on the right-hand side shows, it used to be practices were all worried about how do we fill the practice? How do we get clients in? Well, I would suggest, and Steve has noted, that the greatest emphasis, the greatest focus now should be on, now that you've got them, how do you keep them?
And the key to keeping your clients when they find you is to get them to come back for the second visit.
So the final component of marketing from a global standpoint is referral marketing, and that's getting your existing clientele to send in their friends and family members, and you can use the website, your existing clients, or even other businesses as a source for referrals. The discussion of referral marketing is an entity unto itself, but it should be a very significant and growing component of your practice's marketing focus. When I talked to these hospitals last night about what they were doing to help grow their practices, most of them were focusing on client referrals more so than anything else to build their clientele. And if you look at statistics that have come out recently, new client numbers on average are down significantly, 5, 6, even 10% on a monthly basis over the last 6 to 10 months. And so we've got to learn how to strengthen this referral marketing base to help build the new client flow that we're going through. Steve?
Not just that, we also should put more emphasis on keeping the clients we have. We should not take our clients for granted, especially when they come in the first time. They're not really clients, they're customers, they're tire kickers. How many of them come back? That is something that is part of the marketing you should follow. And there should be some special attention and intention in turning the customers into clients and then educating them, building the relationship, creating rapport, and building the trust so that they do not leave you, because it is very costly to lose a client. Once you acquire a client, which is already costly, the potential of that client, if they stay throughout the entire lifespan of the pet, varies from $9,000 to $20,000, depending on the services that you provide and on the pet. So every time you get a new client, you have the potential to gain $9,000 to $20,000. If you lose them, then you've lost this much money. So what we're going to show you is a wonderful way to get them to come back and come back and come back when they need to, when you want them to, and have them then refer to you.
So think about it. You've got these clients. What tools do you have? What resources do you tap into? What are the variety of different modalities that you're using with your existing clients to get them to know, like, and trust you? Are you doing reminder cards? Are you sending out letters? Do you have a newsletter? What are you doing on your website? What about the telephone? Not only that, but with these tools, how often are you actually reaching out to your clients to let them know you care? Do they hear from you once a year when it comes time to the reminders? Or are you in their face more frequently? And what is the message that you're sending through each of the different modalities that you're using and the different frequencies? And is that message inspiring them to take action, or is it just another postcard or letter that ends up in the circular file? So successful marketing is based upon needs. We've talked about that already. It's based upon frequent and repetitive action. You have to have a call to action. Marketing just for the sake of education is great, but there should always be an ultimate action that you want your clients to take with their pets. And the final thing is that we need to look at using different modalities and methods to get clients' attention. The world right now has got its own quote-unquote version of ADD. It can't sit still. It's moving from one social media to another, from one app to another, from TV to radio to whatever the case may be. And people need to be engaged using different methods and modalities. Steve?
So if the key of marketing is education, and if the key of education is to deepen the relationship you have with your client and to increase the trust they have with you, sending reminders is not enough to deepen the relationship. Reaching out to your clients once or twice a year is not enough. Instead, you need to take your client base and consider it as made of several groups, several layers based on their historical relationship with you and based on their specific needs that they have. So the basic tenet of successful retention marketing, which is what we're talking about, is learning to identify the different groups in your client base and address them in an engaging, repetitive way as many times as necessary throughout the year to provide such a powerful message to each group so that they feel they really understand me. They really know what I need. They really know what hurts me, what pains me, and I really need to come to their practice and nowhere else, and I need to come to their practice when they tell me. This is how you become a lot more successful.
So in each of those items that we talked under successful marketing, let's talk about needs-based. Senior care is important. Why dental care is important. You need to let the clients know why all of these different things that their pets may go through are important to their pets' comfort, longevity, and quality of life. So needs-based is not just saying your pet needs dental care. Needs-based is why do they need dental care? Why do they need to be on a heartworm preventative? Why are intestinal parasites a concern? So successful marketing will be focusing on these specific needs. It also will be frequent and repetitive. Steve, you want to talk about frequencies?
Yeah. So you have to realize that your clients will buy your services when they are ready, not when you are. So if you only send them a penury of messages, if your message arrives at their doorstep, knocking on their door or the window, if they are not ready to make a purchase, whatever the service is, then they're going to disregard the message. If this is the only message you send to them, when they decide they need a service, and if your message has not come yet, they're going to consider you just as much as they're going to consider somebody else's. And we know that a lot of clients just move around the veterinary community, around your neighborhood, doing some here, some there, and some everywhere. If you want them to come to you, and why shouldn't you, then you need to keep knocking on their door, on their windows all the time. Another thing is when somebody receives a message from you, unless that service hits on something that they really want to do now, they're not going to pay attention to it. The second time they get a message about this in a different way, they're going to say, yeah, I received the message, maybe I should read it. The third time they receive the message, they actually read it. The fourth time they receive the message, they read it again, and now they say, something needs to be done about it. The fifth time they say, it's time that I pick up the phone and call them. The sixth time they say, okay, now I need to call them. And the seventh time they receive the message, now they call you. So you need to realize that people, in general, only take action on something that they feel is necessary for them. And you need to repeat your messages enough times to build their need for that service.
So in those messages, there has to be a call to action. It could be simple as make an appointment or bringing in a stool sample or whatever the case may be. Some of the calls to action include discounts and savings and promos. But what you're looking to do with those multiple touches is get get clients to take action. And it's no longer passive. You have to actually blatantly let them know that an action is necessary. And by those multiple touches, you can do it in different ways using different words. Additionally, as Steve noted and as we've talked about, we want to use different modalities. You want to address some of these modalities, Steve?
Yes. So every client of yours, every person reacts differently to a different way of consuming information. Some people prefer to read emails. Some people prefer a phone call. Some people prefer a text message. Some people prefer to receive a postcard. And since you don't really know which individual client preferred method of consuming your information, you need to make sure you cover all of it, every possible information that you can, and the more direct, the more two-way communication the method is, the more you give your clients an ability to make a buying decision now, the better the compliance, the more the reaction, and the greater the result.
So look at all those choices. And yes, that last one was an app. Probably hadn't thought about it in terms of veterinary practices, but they're out there, and they're available, and they are the newest modality in terms of what people are using to engage with customers and clients. So why do hospitals need apps? 85% of respondents consider mobile devices an essential aspect of their lives. It is crazy to me to hear the number of people who have actually dropped their cell phone in the toilet for any of a variety of different reasons. And I thought it was insane until my wife almost did it. And it's crazy the number of people who the thing that they reach for first in the morning is their cell phone. 47% of Americans can't go more than 24 hours without their smartphone. They've become more attached to their smartphone than they have to virtually anything in their house. 44% increase in improvement in mobile app usage, which means from year to year, almost 50% more mobile apps are being used within your smartphones. And this is the one that probably keys people into how important apps are. The average consumer launches mobile apps 10 times per day, and a mobile app addict launches apps 60 times more per day. Now, I don't consider myself an addict, and I consider myself a user, but all of a sudden I started keeping an eye on my cell phone usage, and whether I'm launching Facebook or Sports Center, I am probably somewhere in that 20 to 30 times per day. I reach for my smartphone, I grab it, and I look to see what's going on Twitter, or I look to see what the weather is somewhere. We have become app-centric, and this is why we need to think about integrating a smartphone and smartphone communication into client communication. Steve?
So you're probably familiar with this tried joke that if there is a problem, there's probably an app for it. There are apps for everything. We as consumers, as smartphone users, when we have a problem, when we need something, we always go to the app store and we look for a solution for our problem. Why are apps so effective? Because apps, first, people rely on apps, and more people rely on apps as a way to solve their problems. But the key to having an app, to the success of having an app, is that first, it has an immediacy of reaction. We are all, as Peter has noted, we all suffer from ADD, and our attention span is so short. when we receive a message from our vet about something, at the moment it may be very important for us. We would love to take action, but we're in a meeting, we are at lunch, we are away from our desk, and so we make a mental note to take care of it later, but because we have ADD, we forget and we don't do it. And later on, it's no longer as urgent, as important. And so if this happens so many times every day among your clients, for instance, you're losing a great opportunity for an immediate reaction. So why not give something so trustworthy to your clients as an app that they can be educated, they can be called to take action, and it gives them a really quick and immediate way to take action and call your practice or make an appointment.
So you've got the app now as a concept for marketing to your clients. We want to integrate retention marketing on the app so that you can actually send educational content written for your clients that have specific calls to action as well. So whether it's on microchips or heartworm disease or obesity or whatever the case may be, you can use your app to educate your clients as well and focus on their pet's specific and most common needs. And as we've talked about before, we're looking at multiple touch points to reach your clients through your marketing efforts. And a retention marketing component to an app does all of that. So this app is the newest and most effective way of communicating with clients who have become smartphone-centric. And it uses what are called push notifications. Steve, you want to talk about what push notifications are?
Yeah, let me describe a situation as a way to explain this. So let's say that a client of yours, Mrs. Jones, is walking Buffy down the road one morning, having in one hand a cup of coffee, and then there is his phone buzzes. He pulls out the phone, and there is a message that Buffy may be overweight. He looks down, and my God, Buffy is overweight. And I thought all this time that overweight is not an issue. And here, there's something that says that being overweight may be a problem. Click here. Immediate reaction. Clicks here. I want to read more about it. So it takes him to a page on his application, on his phone, from your practice. And then it explains to him in no uncertain terms that being overweight carries a score of issues, and that it is no longer something that he should and can ignore. Call us to hear more about this. Immediately there is a need. Immediately there is a reaction. Immediately he clicks on it, calls your practice, asks a question. Somebody on the other side of the line knows how to guide the client to make an appointment, and you've generated an appointment. Then you've had an opportunity to help a pet get better, lose the weight, and have a client enjoy their pet longer, because what it comes down to all of you, although we take care of animals, what we basically do, if you think about it in veterinary medicine, is we take care of people's life quality. Because by keeping their pets healthier and living longer, we have a positive influence on people's lives. This is what people want in the end. When they have a pet, they want something out of it. When we take good care of their pet, we increase their life quality, and that's what they are going to be willing to pay for this increased life quality for themselves. If they have a way to react immediately and immediately have a positive impact on their life quality, they understand why there's a call to action, they're much more likely to do it.
So these are some samples of some push notifications, the prior one on microchips, this one on some specials that might be going on with other products that you have. But this is going to pop up on your client's screen, and they will be able to take immediate action by just following through with the actions that are requested on their screen. So let's summarize together the concept of an app and retention marketing. It takes advantage of new technologies. It basically uses the smartphone that's umbilically attached to your clients. Now, my dad's 86. And 10 o'clock last night, I get a text from my dad saying, everything is all right, but can you give me a call in the morning? Don't you think I spent all night worrying about what was going on? Your clients are tethered to their smartphones. And by using push notifications, you can nudge your clients, you can educate your clients, and you can get them to take action in a single step because they have the phone right there, and they can either respond through email, they can respond through text, and they can respond through a phone call to take action right then and there, because if they have to go back and think about it when they get home, the world will get ahead of them, and they will miss out on these opportunities. So by taking an app, tying it into retention and education marketing, you now can increase the knowledge of your clients and thus increase their trust of your practice. Anything else on this, Steve?
Yes, absolutely. There's something really important you need to understand when it comes to client education. And the thing is words. Words are very powerful. Words can motivate us to do a lot of things. So when you send a message to your clients, you need to realize the power that the words you put on a message has on clients. However, connected with this, you also have to realize that although we consider ourselves logical animals, we're not. We're all emotional creatures. And all of us, including yourselves, we all make buying decisions based on emotion. We only later confirm them with logic. We justify them with logic. So the message that you send your clients, if it is only logic, such as your pet may have dental problem, your pet needs dental care, or your pet needs to lose weight, it is logical. It makes sense, but it doesn't drive people to take action. So when you realize the power of your words, there's got to be a way for you to create a message which will connect with your clients on the emotional self, and then you justify taking action now by logic.
So we have a great content. It's how you deliver it, the context, that ultimately gets your clients to take action. You need to touch them in the way that they want to, the way they need to, and whatever their personal desire is. If they want to receive information through an app, give them that option. That's what it's all about, giving clients the options and how they receive their information. We live in a very, I hate to say it, world, but the word is, like our kids, they want it their way. Have it your way. And whether they want it by app, whether they want it by email, whether they want it by text, clients want things their way. And if we can give it to them in the fashion that they want, we will be a step ahead of the other businesses that are out there that are providing the same service. So to summarize, marketing will be a difference maker from practice to practice. In a community, there could be 30 practices that all provide the same services at the same price. But it's the way you provide that experience and the way you communicate that experience that will make a difference. When it comes to marketing, retention marketing is basically the most cost-effective tool to keep your clients coming in more frequently and better educated. And education marketing builds the trust that's necessary for them to take action. We tie that into the fact that the smartphone is an omnipresent component of people's lives these days, no matter what age they are. And you now have information and a tool through which to present it that meets your client's needs and gets them to take action so that their pet's care, their quality of life, and their length of life will be optimized. Any other final words, Steve?
Yeah, so the premise of this presentation today is that the number of client transactions has been declining. There's no denying it, but it doesn't have to be this way. When asked why you don't go to your vet, most clients simply say, not because they don't have money, but they say simply because we don't think our pet needs care. We think our pet is healthy, and we don't really need to bring our pet in. It is caused by the fact that people simply forget about the need to bring their pet in regularly, and they only do so when the pet is obviously ill. If you educate your clients on the need, if you never get off their radar, if you're always there, you will increase the number of client transactions. And there are plenty of examples of practices that have an increasing number of transactions, and it can happen to you too.
So with that, we will open the phones to questions. And Mary or Zubin, do you have any questions that have been sent through that we can take a moment to answer for you guys?
Yeah, we have had a couple good questions. We've got some really good responses from the information that you guys presented. I think this was definitely useful to the audience here today. One question was specifically regarding the app. They asked if the app was connected to the PIMS solution. The app is not currently connected to the PIMS providers. However, we are able to leverage information in your PIMS and build, allow clients to schedule appointments and refill medication with one touch rather than having to go to a PEP portal and log into a PIMS. That eliminates one hurdle and increases the adoption of utilizing your online tools. I do want to, that's kind of an in-depth question, and I'd like to take a little bit more time to address it. However, I also would like to, guys, I'm going to take quick control here, but I also wanted to share with you the special offer that we have for the audience today. And let me share that right now. So, so here is our contact information here. So we can provide you guys with more information around the solution. We can also provide you with a recorded version of this webinar. If you want to reach out to us, we'd be happy to do that. So you can go back and reference that. You mentioned, for those of you who are interested in utilizing an app to provide retention marketing and provide that trusted educational marketing to your clients, we've got a special offer and for those who are not yet currently enrolled in the app, and that is enroll by August 30th, and we're going to provide you with a free $100 Amazon gift card, and that's yours to use on any awesome thing that you see on Amazon. So it's a pretty attractive offer. To learn more about the app and learn more about how the app can improve your educational and retention marketing, please contact us here at one of the points of contact listed here as well. I'm going to leave the screen up so you can copy this information down. Let's take a look and see what other information we have here. How do we distribute the app to our clients? Excellent question. So the app is free for your clients to download. There's no limit on the number of downloads that your clients can, that your clients will, that you can allow your clients to download. So it's free for your clients to download. Like any app, our apps are on the Google Store, Google Android Store, and the Apple iTunes Store, and your clients will be able to go to those stores, and you'll have your own customized mobile app there on those stores. The clients are notified about the app through one of the strengths of our program, and that's our marketing launch program, where we utilize many different marketing tactics to create a presence about the app and educate your community about the app. And it's a great marketing tool as well to continue to stay in touch with those clients and educate your clients through our marketing campaign program. So in addition, it looks like, how do we send a push notification to a client, or does it go out to all clients? Today, the push notifications are established so that they are broadcast push notifications. So they are going to all your clients. We have a very easy-to-use back-end dashboard, or you can simply pick up the phone and call us or email us and let us know what type of push notification you'd like to go out, and at which point we will get those push notifications scheduled to go out at the designated time in which you want those pushes to go out. The content that Drs. Weinstein and Kornfeld are providing is very good content for these push notifications. It's broad educational with all with call to action. We recommend every push notification that goes out does have a call to action to drive the increase of those transactions between you and your clientele. Let's take another look here and take a look and see what other questions we may have. So I think we have time to answer just one more question here. How much does the app cost for a small veterinary practice? Tell you what, if you would mind emailing me your contact information, I'd be happy to go over all the pricing with you. We did price this incredibly affordably, and it will, and there is to be able to address all small veterinary hospitals across the country. I think you'll see some significant value after we dig into all the details of the app. All right. Well, that is many of the questions that we had on today's call. I do encourage you to reach me directly or reach out to somebody here at the Vet App directly, and we would be happy to answer any additional questions that do come up from this presentation. And Drs. Weinstein and Kornfeld, thank you ever so much. Really appreciated the content. It was provided some really great perspective in terms of what hospitals need to do today in today's market and environment to stay in touch with their clients. Drs. Weinstein, Kornfeld, before I end the call, are there any closing comments that you'd like to make?
Just want to thank you and the Vet App for the opportunity to expose the listeners and watchers to some new thoughts and new ideas, because what got you here won't get you there.
Yeah, and I would like to say that too, and also to stress that Dr. Weinstein and myself, our mission is to bring veterinary medicine to the 21st century. And I believe that a Vet App is a 21st century tool, and I encourage you to use it.
And if you would like to reach Drs. Weinstein and Kornfeld, you can simply email us or call us, and we'd be happy to put you in touch with them. They have a phenomenal service that they provide in terms of coaching hospitals, and there's some really great content there as well. So with that, I'm going to end the call today, and we certainly look forward to speaking to everybody in the near future. Doctors, thank you again for your time today. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.